Union 10 Distilling Company is located in Old East Village and usually crafts small batch spirits like whiskey, applejack, vodka, and gin. But in an effort to help stop the spread of COVID-19, they now make hand sanitizer. And today I'm joined by Brandon Phoenix, co-owner of Union 10 Distilling Company. Thanks for joining me, Brandon.
Thanks for having me.
And why did you decide to start making hand sanitizer?
Actually, this was quite suddenly after the province went into a state of emergency. We saw that there was a demand beginning to become apparent, and probably within a day or two after the call from the prime minister to for these products that were in need.
And were you shut down at the time?
We were, yes. So we have a restaurant and performance hall on site as well, and that was closed. So we thought, what can we do? What in some small way can we be of value and of service during this time and make ourselves useful?
How many staff do you normally have working?
It varies anywhere for up to about 30 staff, depending on what we're doing with events. Um,
So that's a lot of people sort of affected by the shutdown.
Certainly, yeah.
And have you been able to bring a lot of those people back?
Quite a few of them now are back, yeah, especially everyone involved on the distilling side. They're back and running, as well as other team members. They're jumping in and doing what they can to fill the need right now.
That's great. And I understand it's been a lengthy process.
It was a process. Having said that, the government was great in expediting the process. Typically, the licensing for these types of things is multiple months. CRA was involved on their excise department, the Canadian Borders of Service Agency, as well as Health Canada, and within 2 weeks, that whole process was done. So the red tape was certainly cut through dramatically.
Awesome. And so you had to come up with a formula that met standards?
No, that's right. So we looked around different formulas. The WHO made one available that was approved by Health Canada. So we adapted that pretty quickly. It suits distilleries well because the main ingredient is high proof alcohol. So we're using 80% ethanol in there as well as other medical grade products.
Was there a shortage of some of the supplies or?
It was and still is from everything, and even as simple as packaging has been an ongoing problem. I think we finally sourced bottles with pumps as an example. As businesses begin to open, that's what they're looking for. Is this is going to be quite common counterside is the need to have a hand sanitizer, and getting something as simple as a pump has been quite challenging.
So I understand you started with glass bottles, is that right?
That's right. At the beginning, we couldn't get any packaging. We were using our actual liquor bottles in order to package it in something. Yeah, and our previous liquor labels, just reformatting them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And at first you were distributing to the front line and now it's available to the public, is that right?
that's right. Yeah, so we did 3,000 bottles. We donated to medical professionals, first responders, and those in need. And then really just trying to supply them with what they urgently needed, and now it's available to the general public as well as we are putting kits together for businesses who are looking at reopening.
And how much can you make at once?
It varies again depending on what supplies. It's a sine curve right now in terms of what we can do each week. We're at the point of probably about 10, 12,000 liters to date. And my guess is within the next 6 to 8 weeks, we're upwards of another 20,000 liters
Oh,
of
good.
hand sanitizer.
That's great. And how long does that process take to make a batch?
It can be relatively quick within, let's say, where the supplies are coming in and flowing anywhere from 3 days to get to sort of the next batch. By the time it's sort of, mixed, bottled, labeled, packaged. Yeah.
So it's handcrafted sanitizer.
This is very much handcrafted. This is a very basic process. It's very labor intensive at this point to do so. Yes,
Now, I understand you had bought an adjacent property for expansion. These plans are on hold now.
they certainly are. Yes, yeah.
So, can you plan for the future at the moment?
I mean, we're certainly seeing like long term. What the new normal will be is hard to determine. Our big part of our business was live events, was group events. Obviously, that's going to have to adjust for a period of time. We hope that business comes back around eventually. So we are still planning long term and hopeful of that to come back around. So we will still continue to renovate. I mean, at this point, that is shut down. But my understanding is, within, let's say, the next month or so, we're able to continue to process, on track for renovating the building for the future.
And is there anyone you want to give a shout out to for this process that you've been going through?
Well, in general, actually, well, first of all, I mean, again, thank you to all first responders and all essential workers. But really, there are many. It's just actually the support from the Oldies Village BIA. Actually, our still was shut down at the time when this all happened. We were making improvements. Number of local companies, Accurate PHC Inc. really came together and got us back up and running. 3 weeks ahead of schedule, so they were fantastic. Yeah, and just the general support from the community of making this happen right now.
Well, we appreciate your efforts and thanks for your time today, Brandon.
Thank you so much, Shane.